Yo, what is good, YouTube, man? Hopefully this video finds you doing great. I'm doing amazing. Shout out to all my gang, all my supporters. Know to drop the like and watch the whole video, or tab it up and leave a comment. Helps me in the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you don't follow my Twitch yet, please do. Link is in the description and it's on the screen. Please check me out, but we're grinding every single day. If you want to ask me anything about the game, just ask me there directly. Topic of today's video, takeovers, man. Like I said, I had to bring this one to y'all so y'all can understand what to use on your player and how to more understand the system of 2K that we have this year, because it is much different. Coming right up. Alright, so here's the info on the takeovers. I came up with this with my own research. I have 3 different builds now, and I have all 8 takeovers in the game. Between the 3 of these builds, my guard has every offensive takeover for guards. My center has post take, glass take, and rim take. And my lockdown obviously has lock take. And that's your 8 takeovers right there. And this is what I came up with right now. This is not accounting for the juice perk. I have a video on that if you want to check that out and how that boosts your attributes even more. This is just for normal, for every other takeover perk and for regular players. So different takeovers, if your 2 different takeovers are not the same symbol, it can be different colors, but if it's not the same symbol, then it's going to be +5 regular and +8 to your key attributes. And we're going to go over what those key attributes are in this video. Don't worry, for every single takeover, I'm going to let you know what is being boosted. And if you do not activate your takeover, it slowly raises your attributes. For different takeovers, it's going to be +7. So if you don't pop it at the max, it's not +8, it's +7. And then it's +8 once you activate it. But as it goes up, say it's halfway, it's going to be like +3 or +4, depending on how high up it is. And same thing for when you have 2 of the same symbol of takeover. It doesn't have to be the exact same take. It doesn't have to be advanced clamps and advanced clamps, or whatever you call that. It just has to be 2 lock takes. It'll be +5 to the regular stats once again, but now +15 to your key attributes. So now, as you see, if you're using 2 of the same takeover, your stats are going up quite a bit before you even activate your takeover. And this is why I made my lockdown with only an 88 speed, because I get 1 shot in the corner and I already have like a damn near 95 speed off of 1 shot and like 1 tip pass or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, I don't have a visual for this because, like I said, I'm in a rush today, but y'all know how there's like the single take, double take, and then the team take, like little boxes. You know what I'm saying? So you only, for all these attributes, going into double and team take does not affect them at all. You get both of the bonuses from both of your takes, whether the same or different, from just raising the first little box. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you can pop your first takeover. That's the only one that affects the attributes, and nothing else matters. So keep that in mind. And as we move on to the first takeover, I'm gonna show y'all what stats are considered key attributes. Look at the slasher takeover. Close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, standing dunk, and this is for all positions, centers, guards, doesn't matter, as long as you have the takeover available. Ball handling, speed with ball, and every single physical: speed, acceleration, strength, and vertical. No other takeover even comes close in the total volume of stats that are boosted, and no takeover, most takeovers don't even boost any physicals at all. So this, when people have been asking me, why do you run slasher take as your secondary takeover on your guard if you don't even activate it? Well, here's the thing, my guard has a 92 driving dunk, he has a 90 speed with ball, he has a 90 ball control, and he has a 93 speed with ball. And even if I go for my first takeover, which is sharp takeover, even if I'm only activating my first take or raising it, these stats are being boosted as well. You don't have to have slasher as your primary take to get all of these benefits. So if you have it available to you and you don't need double take, or you don't even activate double take that often, and you don't need the boost from like having 2 sharp takes, or you know what I'm saying, whatever else you want, or a lock take which will boost your defense and stuff like that as a secondary, this is how you exploit. I wouldn't say it's an exploit, it's a part of the game. This is how you understand takeover and how you build your player with the correct takeovers. Everyone just throws on 2 sharp takes or random takeovers on their player, and they don't even play like them at all, and they're not even getting the benefits that they could be getting. But let's move on to the next one. Now up next we have the shot creator takeover. While the shot creator takeover's abilities, all 3 of them are very, very good. As you see, the boosts are not quite what you want them to be. All you're getting boosted is driving layup, mid-range, and ball handle. As we referenced in the stats at the beginning of the video, for a certain playstyle, for a certain build, getting boosted, especially because a lot of people don't upgrade their mid-range above what the bare minimum is, which is 15 less than 3-point on next gen. People just raise their 3-point and the mid-range automatically goes up with that. This could be useful for you, but in that case, you should probably upgrade your mid-range if you're thinking taking a bunch of mid-range shots. I don't think shot take is super useful unless you're somebody that loves to fade from 3, and then it's great when you fuse it with the sharp takeover. This is more of a takeover that you use for its offensive abilities rather than its boosts. Now onto the sharp take. As you see, quite a contrast to the slasher takeover. It's only boosts your mid-range and your 3-point, but the abilities of this takeover are not to be understated, whether you're talking about limitless sharp take or we're talking about spot of precision. I use spot of precision on my guard, and I feel like when that thing is activated, every full bar goes in. Every shot is green. You can hit a lot more contests. The shot speeds up even a little bit. And keep in mind, my guard has an 88 3-point. And so with this takeover, when I have it popped, it's a +8 3. So that turns me into a 96 3-point build just like that. I definitely recommend almost every guard on this game run at least one sharp takeover, whether as your primary or as your secondary. Most likely your primary. So that's that. Now for a takeover that's been gaining a lot of popularity in the community is play take. As you see, it boosts driving layup, ball handle, speed with ball, and pass accuracy. Outside of driving layup, all very important stats for any point guard. A lot of point guards might have these stats already at 99, but do keep in mind, Mike Wang confirmed this, I think a couple years ago, that 2K can raise your stats all the way to up to 110, which is why some people that shoot already really good with a 99.3, once their takeover starts going up, they start shooting even better, even without activating that ability. That's why your stats can actually go up to 110. So even if you're somebody with a high ball handle already or a high pass, it will stack up on top of that to a certain extent. Now, double play take, would I recommend that? Unless you're playing pro-am in a very niche role, probably not. But if you're somebody that has a lot of teammates that you just want to make sure they don't miss, if you're on an offense where you're really passing the basketball a lot, this takeover could be very, very useful, especially if you yourself are very confident in your offense and your shot and you don't feel like you need any boost to your offense. This is a great take. And you can also couple it up with any other takeover that you want as your secondary, or running something else as its secondary, obviously. Now on to my favorite takeover personally, the lock take. Like I said, this build turns even actual lockdowns into demigods, because as far as I'm aware, I have yet to see an actual viable lock build created that has even above, I'd say, a 95 speed. I haven't seen locks with anything higher than that. So it gives you boost to perimeter defense, steal, speed, acceleration, and strength, which are all phenomenal attributes to have when you're playing defense. Like I said, this lock takeover is just what you need. I personally, since my lock only gets options for lock and glass take, obviously I'm running double lock take. I'll let y'all know the information later on for what type of lock takes I feel work the best and what type of combinations I'm running. But as of right now, just from the pure attribute boost perspective, even if you're somebody that's not a lock, if you have this available to you, if you're playing twos or if you're involved in playing defense, it'll already boost your stats. But like I said, if you put it as your secondary and your sharp is your first takeover, you already are getting +8s to these stats. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a +5, you're already getting +8s, even if you don't activate it and you have it as your secondary. If you're a guard that just happens to be guarding ball for whatever reason and you have this takeover available, like I said, +15 speed will make almost any lockdown build at 99 speed as you near your takeover. And if you're an accelerator perk, your stats are gonna be crazy after just one shot. I definitely recommend this takeover for anybody. Now up next for everybody's favorite takeover. I know, post score takeover, man. Close shot, aka hook shot. A lot of post scores already have this very high, but like I said earlier, your stats can go all the way up to 110. So this take is necessary for anybody playing out the post. It'll let you hit some crazy stuff on top of the abilities being amazing, whichever one you select. Post fade, a lot of post scorers have between an 80 and a 90 depending on how small you made your wingspan of a mid-range, aka your post fade rating. While this will not boost your mid-range, this will boost your post fade. Once you get in the game, the mid-range stat splits into two different stats and they get boosted separately, so just be aware of of that. Your mid-range is what your post fade is. Post control, it's a mundane stat that people don't frequently upgrade. So, like I said, the post takeover, raising it up past the, if you like, most posts could have what, like an 85 to a 90, because there's no reason you don't get anything extra for doing that. It'll raise it up, which is very important. And it also actually ironically gets interior defense, which I've always wondered about why that is. And also, a side note, if you have a rim take that gives, spoiler alert, interior defense, and post take, and you have a rim and post, you don't get the plus 15 as far as I'm aware from my testing so far. You do not get, if your stats overlap, say you have a lock and a slasher take, you don't get plus 15 to your speed. So you have to have 2 of the same takeover to get these benefits. Now onto the rim taker. As you see, the stats that get boosted are very little. Just close shot for some unknown reason, interior defense obviously, and block obviously. No speed, no strength, no vertical, which is very surprising to me. I mean, you still get the plus 5 regular boost from that, but I was expecting more from this takeover when testing it. But that is made up for by the fact that all the rim takes are amazing. Paint intimidation makes open layups miss. Stuff blocks give people incredible jump and block animations. And badge drop actually drops brick wall and rebound chaser. So all the abilities are amazing. Just the stat boost, if you're looking for a stat boost to your build, if you're a small build that gets like 80s to mid to low to high 80s of your block and interior defense rating, but you still have this takeover available, then it's really, really good, because you're going to be making up for being a small bigman in that case. And lastly, but certainly not least, glass cleaner takeover. While since the beginning of introduction of takeover back in 2K17, fun fact, glass cleaner was the first grand badge AK takeover that was ever unlocked in 2K17. I remember watching a stream. I'm pretty certain that's the first person I saw back then in the day, back in the day on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So this is the quintessential takeover. As you say, that shit used to be so annoying, and even to this day, close shot, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, vertical, and strength. Like I said, very, very good for helping you get boards with the vertical and the strength, which both help you not only jump higher, but push people out the way with your shoulder. Offensive and defensive rebound, close shot. You can't go wrong. Whether you have a 99 rebound or you have like a high 80 to low 90, this takeover will greatly help you, not only as the stats increase your ratings. As you see, the ratings are great, they get increased, but also with all of its abilities. Glass cleaner and dimes obviously an L, but box out wall and see the future will both help you out tremendously, as well as giving you all the glass things like pushing people out the way, worming them, etc. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Appreciate y'all watching the video. I'm here to make y'all better, educate the masses. Drop a like if you made it to the end. Shout out to my gang, and most importantly, stay safe, boys.